And we're live. Hello, everybody. We are very excited to be with you today on the Nano channel. Just start with a little introduction. We are the WordNerds. We've been doing this for a few years now, quite a few years now. So we're excited to be back with you to sprint today. And so basically, we're a vlogging channel. We mostly at this point do live chats and write-ins over on our channel. All of that is linked underneath in the description box if you're curious about the channel. And we also have a vast archive of everything to do with writing, from publishing advice to actual craft advice. So you can check that out as well for inspiration. And so now we're going to do, go around and do little short individual introductions. My name is E. Latimer. You can call me Erin. I am a fantasy author that mainly concentrates on dark fantasy and horror. I published Witches of Ash and Ruin with Little Brown Young Readers and Escape to Witch City with Penguin Random House, as well as another title with Penguin Random House called The Strange and Deadly Portraits of Bryony Gray. And we'll also start with Megan here on my right. Megan, introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Megan. I write under the pen name Maisie Patrick. I've been trying to get published for a really long time and don't have any super exciting credentials. This Nano, I am working on an adult horror that has vampires in it, and it's been so fun. I am one day behind because I decided to play Animal Crossing last night instead of writing. But yeah, I'm really excited. Ready to write.
Awesome. And Kelly?
Hi, I am Kelly Sheridan. I self-publish under a bunch of genres, but for this year in NaNoWriMo, I am attempting to write like a choose-your-own-adventure narrative game horror story thing. So it's been an interesting Nano so far, but I am so excited to be here. This is always a lot of fun.
And Kyra.
I'm Kyra. I am a YA author, kind of bouncing back and forth between contemporary and fantasy. I also do freelance editing and have been involved with RevPit and MockPit, and just around the writer community in a few different ways like that.
Awesome. And for everybody that is joining us tonight, thank you so much for being here today. Time zones are weird. Please introduce yourself in the comments as well. We love it to see you guys chatting with each other, helping each other out, finding each other during Nano, and creating lasting writing relationships. It's always awesome. This community is great. Also, let us know how your Nano is going. If you need some encouragement, that's why we're here. And as well, let us know, your word counts in between the writing sprints. And I think we've got Megan with the prompt here.
Yes, we're going to start our first sprint at 5 after the hour, so 4:05 p.m. Eastern, which is about a minute from now. We have prompts should you need them. I have pulled prompts based off of exercises from The Emotional Craft of Fiction by Donald Mass. It's one of my absolute must-go-tos as far as the exercises are concerned when I'm doing revisions. And I feel like where we're at in Nano is a very good point to start delving really deep into your character's emotional arc and kind of where they are headed emotionally, and making plot points happen that can really make them reflect on that. So our first prompt, should you need one, is give your character a moment of reckoning, setback, or betrayal. What is the most painful way you can set up this disappointment? And check back in at the 15. I will put that prompt in the comments, and I will put it on a little ticker bar down at the bottom. Let us know if there's any tech difficulties. I'm your tech gremlin here to be just anxious for the whole chat about it. It's going to be great.
And yeah, like Megan said, feel free to use the prompt if you don't want to, or if it doesn't work for you. You can always save it, use it later. And I believe that's our time. We are muting ourselves, just to remind everybody here on the chat. You cannot hear our clickety clacks.
Yes, and we're on a slight time delay as well. So if we don't come back right when the minute shifts, that's why. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah. Woohoo! Okay, guys, how did everyone do? How are you feeling? Kyra, you're muted still. I don't know if you know that, but
It was a good start, I think.
yeah,
First sprint's always very much a warm-up, but I'm liking where I'm headed.
everything is
I'm reevaluating. I have a very like scene by scene outline for the first 2/3 of my book. And I'm too nervous about text stuff to open up my Scrivener right now. I don't want to crash my computer. So I'm going through my note cards, trying to work out this Act 3 business.
I love index cards. They're way too much fun.
And everyone who's here with us in the comments, let us know how you did. Looking through everyone saying hello before we started our first one, and we've got people from all over, like Greece, South Africa, Australia, Los Angeles. So this is the time of day to do write-ins.
Yes, we are so glad that you chose to spend your time with us today writing words or doing other things. I know some of you are here being productive rather than getting words down right now. So
I saw someone cleaning their house.
Yeah.
That's always good too. Emails or homework or whatever it is that needs to get done. We're happy to have you with us. I was noticing a couple people in the comments earlier saying that, hey, we're nerds, and they know us from years past. So we're really glad to have regular subscribers here. We love you guys. Thanks for sticking with us.
Lots of great word counts. Seeing 613, 179, 105, 155, still warming up, 199. All words are good words.
I'm sorry, but that's warming up. Like my warming up is usually about 50 words if I'm lucky.
Sending an email.
I opened my email account, so that counts, right?
We're going to do 2 more sprints this afternoon. Afternoon where I am. And so we're going to do a 15-minute sprint coming up at 20 after the hour. And then we're going to take a 10-minute break, and then we will end it with another 10-minute sprint.
So if anyone has any questions about writing or Nano or anything like that, throw them into the comments. And during our longer break, we'll try to dive into 1 or 2, depending on how it goes.
Otherwise, we'll just keep talking like this.
We're good at that. We're definitely always happy to answer craft questions, writing questions, publishing questions to the best of our ability. We definitely have like longer, chattier live sprints over on our channel, on the WordNerds blog. This one moves it along at like a little bit of a brisker pace. But we try to get, short questions in here and there for this one. But yeah, if you have like extensive questions, check us out on our channel. We can get to those.
I do have a link down in the description box to where our Sunday live chat is going to be held. We do write-ins every Sunday during NaNoWriMo at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, and those usually run closer to an hour and a half. So a little more wiggle room. More time wiggle room.
So question for all of you to just fill like a minute, and for anyone in the comments who wants to answer. We have a lot of Nano experience between us. So for all of you, how long have you been doing Nano?
Oh, dear God.
This is my 10th Nano.
That's awesome. I feel like I checked recently. I think it was 7 or something. Like I skipped a few years because I was like trying to struggle with publishing and stuff. And so that became like a burnout, but I've always come back to it.
Yeah, for me, I've lost the ability to not do it. Like this is technically year 15 for me, but like there's some years like this year where it all just like gets a little hectic in real life, and like I'm doing Nano, but I don't know if my brain's all there.
Doing it rebelliously.
Yeah.
This is year 9 for me.
Nice.
Like I mentioned earlier in the chat, we've got prompts. If you need prompts, they're kind of themed around the emotional arc that your character is probably taking. Cat.
And I have hi to the good people of the internet.
I have adapted the prompts from Donald Mass's The Emotional Craft of Fiction. So the next prompt is, a character in this scene seeks forgiveness. What did they do? And could you add in details that make forgiveness even more difficult? And with that, it is go time. We're going to check in at the 35, and I will put all this prompt information in the chat and the ticker bar. Perfect. Good luck. That's time.
Yay. How did everyone do? Thumbs up.
Words are written.
Yeah.
200 and some odd, but I'm not keeping very good.
Notes taken.
Nice. Kyra, how are you feeling?
Along. I'm feeling okay.
Creeping along. I like that.
Was saying before we went live that I am a bit ahead, so I have about 6K left to win Nano, and plenty of time to do that. But I'm also like feeling very burnt out on this book, so I'm like deliberating: do I like want to have a couple really crazy writing days where I just push through and get it over with, get it done, or do I just want to do the bare minimum, which for me right now is like 650 words to just ride that slowly out and draw it out, but not have to do as much per day. So
Ooh, tough decisions.
yeah.
I'm fully invested in just doing like 2 more big writing days and just being done.
I'd probably do that too, to be honest. Rip the Band-Aid off. Yeah. Quick reminder, we have a little bit more. It's this one, right, Megan, where we have a little bit more time?
Yes.
Okay, so
Me.
if you're in the comments and you have a question, please let us know. Now is the time where we can answer a few of them. Also weigh in with your, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, we had a comment that I thought would be fun to address from the Bog Wizard,
Ooh.
who said, where did it go? I am so stuck on what to do with my book. Does anyone have any tips for our local wizard?
First off, amazing name. I guess that's kind of a writer's block question. I usually, if I'm really stuck, I think we talked about this last week. Take a walk, take a few days away from the project. Usually it's because I just like can't see the forest through the trees. Like I'm too close to the project. Or brainstorm with a friend are usually my 2 go-tos.
So not knowing anything about where you are in your book or what you're stuck on, maybe try writing the final scene. If you've got something in your head about, like if you didn't plot it out, but kind of know where you're going, or even if you don't, you're just kind of pants it, just write the end, and maybe that'll help in your head fill in some of the gaps on how to get there.
And then work backwards from there. That's a good idea.
I do think it's hard because people get stuck for different reasons. It could be because you're burnt out, or it could be because you haven't had you don't have your plot figured out. And those are kind of 2 different problems, even though they have the same result of you being stuck. I think the more you write, the more you get better at like figuring out which of those issues is what it is and applying the appropriate remedy. If you're burnt out, taking a break is never a bad thing. I'm an advocate of taking breaks, or in the complete opposite direction. Sometimes if the problem is just that I'm not feeling motivated, it's not that I don't know what to write or I'm stuck plot wise. But if I'm not feeling motivated, a lot of times I will set like a 5-minute timer on the Write or Die website. That if you followed us on Nano before, you've heard me talking about for years. But it's basically a site that like gives you consequences, like your screen starts to turn red if you stop typing for too long. And usually by the end of that, like it kind of has kicked my brain into gear, and I'm able to kind of get into the flow of things. If I'm still not done after 5 minutes, or if I'm still not like feeling it after 5 minutes, I say, okay, I just need to take a break and
we did have someone in the comments suggest that you, Kyra, should take a day off and come back refreshed so you can enjoy the rest of the process.
Yeah.
I probably should.
Take your own advice and take a break.
Yeah. Well, my thinking was I'll take a break when I'm dead. / I'll take a break when I'm done with Nano. American Thanksgiving is on Thursday, so I might take Thursday off since it's a holiday for us.
And not to beat a dead horse, but we do have lots of writer's block videos over on the WordNerds channel. If that's something you struggle with a lot, we have an endless supply of advice over on the channel.
Because we have all been there.
We have so many times, yeah. I know, unless anyone else has something to say about writer's block, we did have another.
Do.
Yeah, okay, go for
thing
it.
to say.
Yes.
If you're like, oh, none of those things are the problem is I literally don't know what to do next with my plot, and so I'm stuck, I would recommend finding a way to literally or metaphorically blow something up in your book. Like, what could you do that would just really throw your character off?
What is the meanest thing you can do for your characters right now?
Yeah, I write horror, so, a great thing that I love to do is, just jump into a monster's POV, maybe kill a character.
Murder someone.
Some great advice from Elizabeth in the comments as well. Have the scene you're working on get interrupted. It can be a character or an event. It can give you someplace to go if the scene is stuck.
Last Nano, I wrote at the end of a scene I was stuck, and so I wrote, and then this scene ended because it's obviously going nowhere, and then just jumped to the next chapter.
Nano's a good time to do that. Just be like, okay, I'm just going to go to the next scene, understanding that I'll need to come back and smooth this out.
Exactly.
What was the next thing you were going to say, Erin?
We had a really good question that I like quite a bit. Somebody asked, what is a book that every writer should read? And my go-to is always Stephen King's On Writing. Even if you I don't necessarily subscribe to all of his advice. Some of it I don't necessarily agree with, but he's got very practical advice on writing. And then I just finished reading Plain Bad Heroines, which Megan recommended to me, and was, I think, so good. And it's such a good example of gorgeous writing and storytelling combined. So yeah, highly recommend that one as well. I don't know if anyone else has a recommendation.
I'm going to cede my time to Megan because she's my guest.
I really, really, really enjoy reading books on writing craft. And I know that that's not a format that works for everyone. You know, some people learn best just through writing and critiquing other people's work. Some learn best just from reading novels. One of my most commonly recommended ones is The Emotional Craft of Fiction, which all of today's prompts are based on. Not because I think that you necessarily need to read every chapter. I don't feel like there's anything groundbreaking in the chapters, but I think the exercises are crucial. Like they've completely changed the way that I do revisions. And so if you are like, I don't really want to read a book on craft, that's not really how I like to learn, that's totally fine. I would recommend if you're like, but I do want to get better, how do I do it? Looking at a book like this or any craft book really, and just looking at the exercises, because the exercises alone will frame the way you look at your book differently.
Good recommendation.
Anatomy of Story is another one that lots of people recommend if you're looking for like a more advanced dive into plot and theme. Because I know sometimes it can feel like, oh, well, you know, 3-act, 4-act, how different are any of them? So that's another great one.
We did have someone ask if we write full-time as well, up further in the comments. I do at this moment, but I always say if somebody asks me this that I will acknowledge my privilege, and I would not be writing full-time, even though I am published, if I did not have a very supportive partner. So it's very difficult to be able to write full-time. So
yep. None of the rest of us do. But we love writing, so keep doing it.
If thinking about it full-time counted, we would be there.
Oh yeah, always thinking about it.
And you definitely don't have to be writing full-time in order to be a successful author. A lot of traditionally published, very big authors have jobs, also other jobs as well.
We also, that wasn't a question, but when people were saying how many they've done, we have like a really good mix of like veterans and first timers. Congrats to everyone. If you've done it before and decide to come back, amazing. I think it takes a special kind of person to do that. It also, I get really excited anytime I see someone who's doing it for the first time, because it's such a, like, I've been around year 9 for me, kind of jaded about the process, and that's why I make glib remarks about like writing the rest of my book in one day just to get it over with. But I think there is something like really exciting about doing NaNoWriMo for the first time and just like diving in head first.
Yeah, the first NaNoWriMo I ever did was the first novel that I finished completely, like awesome. Beginning to end. It was like 100% because of Nano and because of this community. So we've got 1 minute before we do our last sprint. It's going to be a 10-minute sprint. And like I said, prompts are based on The Emotional Craft of Fiction. So that prompt, should you need one, is what is an object that holds memories for your protagonist? Have them lose it in this scene. And yeah, it's go time. So this is our last sprint. I'll put all that information everywhere I've been putting it, and good luck. And time.
How did everyone do?
I have to redo my whole ending.
Uh-oh.
So bad.
Oh no.
It'll be good in the end.
So definitely check in the comments. Let us know how you did. All very happy that you came and wrote with us today.
Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes to wrap everything up.
Awesome.
Before we're at the hour. Just one last reminder, if you joined us late, we're the Word Nerds. We love partnering up with NaNoWriMo. Well, we are like half of the Word Nerds. There's a lot of us who make appearances. So yeah, you can find us on social media at Word Nerds Vlog. And there's a link down in the description to where we will be doing a write-in on our channel this Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If there was anything you asked us to talk about that we didn't get to, please come join us there. We have a lot more time then. So like we mentioned earlier, we've got more time for chatting and for writing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Just
sure.
looking at the word counts in the comments, and YM Nelson said 5 words. I did start in the negative though.
Oh, every new word is a good word. So
Yes. Oh, and also, if you haven't done so yet, be sure to like and subscribe to the Nano channel. They have lots of great videos that go up most of the year, but especially right now in November.
mm-hmm.
You can also go check out our recent, I think it was posted yesterday.
Yes, yesterday.
Not so sporty pep talk.
Yeah.
We're
For
obviously
me personally, that was like the least embarrassing NaNoWriMo video I've done. I wasn't wearing anything weird. I wasn't singing. It was just a very nice video for me.
You were the sensible one in the video. That's
Yeah.
It's for a nice change of pace.
So that was great fun. You can find that if you're looking for a pep talk just on the NaNoWriMo channel. So if you click the NaNoWriMo logo after this, it'll take you there.
Yeah, and we also have older, more ridiculous videos of Kyra dressed in ridiculous things and singing. So
yes,
not dressed in ridiculous things and singing at the same time. Those are like two different.
Okay.
One or the other. I can't do both in a given video.
Okay, fine. Just thought I'd throw you under the bus there.
That's fine. No, do throw me under the bus, but.
Paige said, gonna keep writing after this. I am suddenly very into the scene I'm currently writing. Definitely needed this. I'm so glad.
That's awesome. That's always good. That's all we hope for, is to help people get a little bit more done. Whether we finish all together, we finish at 50,000 words, or we're not quite there. We're just happy that you guys came out with us, and the Nano community is always so warm and welcoming and encouraging. And we appreciate you guys. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew Walker jumped in to say 103 from the last one, now only 3 days behind. Got that.
Yeah. Could do another what Kyra's gonna do, just do a few marathon days and get it done.
Yes.
Megan's the real marathoner. She had a 10K
I
day
love it.
like a week and a half ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been weirdly consistent this year. Like, I got a little ahead at the beginning, but I've just been hitting par, a little above par.
My word count has been all over the place. It was like 9 days of nothing, and then just.
I don't
I have to
know.
go back and find all my notes. I've been like writing on paper the days I don't go to the Nano site of like how many I got. So you go in and fill up my chart later.
Yeah, I like doing that. So it looks like I did a bunch in a day, and I did not. So gives me a rush to be like 2,000 words, even though I didn't write that today. It's fine. So we're coming up on a minute. Any final closing thoughts?
We love you guys. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thanks for coming. We will always be here, during Nano and cheering you on and doing our word count. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining in the comments. You guys all did awesome today. Got some amazing word counts. And we love you. And we will see you over on our channel. Bye.
Bye.